What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? There you go.
Hey,
Talk your talk. Already breaking shit. What's good?
hey man, listen. Dang, look at my hair.
You already know.
Oh shit! Look at my hair, nigga. It's been a long time.
Bro, you look like back in the day, son.
Damn, my shit. Look at my shit, bro. All right, man. Listen, man.
Days.
Torture talk, man.
What's up?
Today we talking about Kyrie Irving
Yeah,
and his refusal of the vaccine, and we're gonna explain how we feel about it. I'm gonna say how I feel about it. He's gonna say how he feel about it, and why we believe that, why we stand where we stand, or whatever. So you want to take this first, and what you think about this whole situation?
You know, I got I feel two ways about it.
Yeah,
Because of course, I'm a sports fan. So
Yeah.
I gotta use my sports mind. So with Kyrie with Kyrie Irving not getting vaccinated,
yeah,
like the mandates is like in New York and certain cities or whatever.
Yeah.
So that means he can't play in those cities. So that means he'll forfeit all the home games, and he'll forfeit some of the games that's outside of, New York or whatever.
Yeah.
So me being a Lakers fan is like, yeah, do that, because Kyrie Irving is nasty. So I'm like, yeah. But I think overall he'll break. But what my thing is, I don't like how companies are starting to make you have to take it, or they're pressuring you to take the vaccine.
yeah.
I think it should be a personal choice. I don't see why they can't just test them after every so often. Like they could COVID test the person, and then, if he's good, then he should be able to play. I don't think they should make him forfeit the games because of him not being vaccinated. That's one thing. The second thing I would say is, I don't see why motherfuckers is so hung up on not taking the vaccine when we've been taking vaccinations and shots all our life. Coming from school, them immunization, shots when we had to go to school and all that shit. Flu shots, chickenpox, all that shit. All them shits that we used to take when we was kids. Now all of a sudden, there's a COVID vaccine and we like, oh my God. Like it's a fucking, like we created the wheel. Like, yo, bro, we've been doing this shit all our lives. So what's one more shot? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple of reasons why that is. One of the major reasons why is because it's so politicized, and you have now turned the United States into vaxxers and anti-vaxxers, and we live in the United States where they say it's freedom of choice. Right. You have the whole "my body, my choice."
Right.
So now you people use that to apply that to themselves. So like me. So it's okay for a woman to say "my body, my choice" when it comes to abortion, but it's not okay for me to say "my body, my choice" when it comes to pandemic. This is theoretically what it is, but I'm gonna explain to you why I believe I'm pro-vax, but I'm not. How would I say? I'm not pro making you do it.
Right.
I think that everybody should take the vaccine, and the reason why I believe is because, number one, you said it, we've been taking vaccines all our life.
Right.
People going to the military, they don't know what the hell shots they put in them things that they give you. They give you shots in the military, you don't know what these shots that they give you. When you gotta go to certain countries, you gotta get what is that called? A malaria shot? Something like that. You don't know what that is.
Right.
To be honest with you, you don't even know if it's really a flu shot that they're giving you when you take this flu shot. Right. Nobody goes and says, "Hey, listen, I need all the DNA and whatever evidence you say, and I want to see how you break this down and how you create this before I put this in my body." Nobody does that. But see,
some people do, but
not most people. Most people, you don't do it. I don't do it.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't do it. But I think the reason why most people are not taking the vaccine is two reasons. One is because It was developed under the Trump administration, right?
Right.
Why it was developed under the Trump administration? I ain't gonna say that Trump developed the vaccine. I'm gonna say it was developed under his administration. While it was under his administration, you had Democrats saying they wouldn't trust it. They wouldn't take it. Soon as Trump got out of office, those same Democrats now are telling you to take it. They trust it. They gotta understand, people don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I tell you something and I wholeheartedly tell you this, and then next week I turn around and tell you the exact opposite, you gonna now think I'm playing games. And this is the reason why most people won't take the vaccine. It's because they feel like the government has took control of this thing and they politicized it. Now the government, what they're doing is they're calling you, me and you best friends, but they're calling you an anti-vaxxer and calling me a vaxxer, pinning people against each other. You don't supposed to do that when you're in a pandemic. You can't pin people against each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the whole thing with the vaccine is crazy. They say it's a choice. Yeah, okay, it's a choice. But when you fucking with my money, how is that a choice? Like this is where because you know how much money he's forfeiting for a game. They say he's forfeiting $381,000 a game.
But look,
are you kidding me? I'm not leaving
right?
that money on the table,
Check
bro.
this out. When Biden developed that, he said he made it federal, and he first of all, the federal government they don't control private businesses.
Okay.
You understand? Unless they're getting funds from them somehow, but they don't control them.
Right.
These companies follow suit because you gotta understand how this game works. If you are the only company, the NBA, which is one of the biggest companies in the world, and you're the NBA, and you say that our athletes don't have to be vaccinated, you know how much money you would lose as a company, as a whole. Not Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's gonna lose money because he chooses not to get vaccinated. But that's one player. You gotta imagine if the whole NBA was to say, well, no, we're not vaccinating our players, right?
Right.
You know the ramifications of that would be all the players would lose money, and they won't the owners will lose money, and they won't get nobody to come to the arena. Well, they will, because there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck. But at the same time, people won't feel, I would say, safe. Now, this is all theoretically. This is not me saying this is exactly what it is. I'm saying that that's the reason. I believe that that's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as Kyrie Irving goes, he works for a company.
Right.
The company has a right to do what they do. Now, he could always quit that company because we live in the United States. This is what they're using against.
Come on, bro.
But look, I'm telling you,
are we really going to say I'm going to quit the NBA?
No, I'm not. No one's going to say that. But I'm saying this is how they're using it against them. When you live in the United States, you could just quit. You could find another job. You have enough money, you could just find another job. But as an NBA player, you got to understand he works for a private. The NBA is a private corporation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. Even if it was federal, if it was a federal corporation, he would have been fired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
I think as far as him.
But let me say this real quick for you, sir. As far as him being man, now, I'm gonna get into the mandating part and how I feel about that. But go ahead. I know what I'm saying.
I think as far as him is concerned.
Yeah.
See, if it was like a bum ass player that was on the bench.
What difference?
No. Keep it 100. If it was a bum ass nigga that never
niggas
like
is
that,
nuts, yo.
No, I'm trying to keep him.
Yo, you want to keep it? That's crazy.
If it was a bum ass nigga
you
on the bench, everybody wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You feel me? The NBA wouldn't give a fuck. They were just swiping on the rug.
So
but since it's Kyrie Irving and he has influence. See, the problem is he has influence.
I can understand.
So if that one person in the NBA saying, nah, you know what, I'm not getting the vaccine. How many kids that love Kyrie Irving, that practices handles, be all over the place, be like, oh shit, Kyrie not getting it, so I'm not gonna get it.
But here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You
so that's why the NBA is
Where's LeBron James? He did all that talking. All that talking.
Why the fuck?
Where's he at now?
Why LeBron got to come in this? LeBron got shit to do with this.
This is what I'm saying.
That's a person. That's
listen,
that
bro. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying. This is why I say that that I don't take no, how would I say this? I don't take no advice from no athlete because they only do it for their own gain. I don't take no advice from none of them motherfuckers, bro. None of them. Where's LeBron James at? He did all that talking during the riots and Black Lives Matter, but where's he at now? This is
what? That's this because this is person's personal.
But if he's pro-vax, why he not saying?
Because this is his personal.
But listen, bro. LeBron James has an influence like Kyrie Irving, correct?
Right.
So why isn't he out there saying, "Hey, listen, if he's pro-vax, I don't know if he's pro-vax.
Right.
I don't know."
See, they interviewed Chris Paul the other day, they asked him about it, and he was like,
"Great response.
Great response. Personal. He got to make this decision for him and his family." Now, everybody's going to probably tend to that same type of answer, which is true. But this is what I'm saying to you: the NBA has a problem, right? Yeah. Because of Kyrie's his influence that he can have on not just other players, but people, fans, the people. So that's why I think they probably gonna step in. Most likely he's gonna take it just because. But I'm thinking that it's gonna be a big thing because.
Let me ask you this, right? And here's another reason why.
And I got a question for you.
Here's another reason why most people are not taking the vaccine, right? It's another reason. Another reason why, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't take the vaccine. I'm saying I think everybody should take it. But I'm gonna explain to you why. Another reason why most people are not taking it, because you're telling people that they can still catch COVID after they take the vaccine and still spread COVID after they take the vaccine. Right. Now, that's true. But people got to understand, this is one thing about diseases, right, that I've been recently trying to get into, learning about different diseases or whatever, right? When it comes to COVID, the reason why they want everybody to get vaccinated is because even if you're vaccinated, you can still spread it, cool. But if you're not vaccinated, you kind of like keep the disease going, basically. You get what I'm saying? So if you're not vaccinated, the population that's not vaccinated, not to say that if you have COVID, because some people don't have it. I'm saying the ones that are infected. Right. The ones that are affected are more likely to spread it than the ones that have the vaccine. So let's just say you got the vaccine, I got the vaccine. But one of us out of 10 people, everybody that got a vaccine, maybe 2 of them caught COVID and spread it, right? Yeah. Versus 10 people who's not vaccinated, and all 10 of them got COVID, and all 10 of them spread it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the likelihood of it is different. Now, from what I'm reading, there's 2 different things that I see. And I got to research this a little more. One is that if you vaccinate too many people, another variant can spread. Right. And if not enough people get vaccinated, another variant can start. I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100. If my mom didn't get the shit, I wasn't planning on doing this shit. Yeah. You feel me? My mom was like, "Yo, listen." Oh, you got vaccinated? Yeah, I got vaccinated. Oh shit. My mom was like, Revolutionary Reggie over here. I didn't know you were gonna get vaccinated. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? I had to go to position. First of all, I can tell you the position I was in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't be putting my business out there, but I just came home and shit. Yeah. Like they making motherfuckers. You can't get no privileges. You can't go out. You can't do shit without you getting the vaccine. Because I was in a halfway house, so they was like, yo, you can't go out. You can't get no passes. You can't do nothing. That's different. If you don't get the vaccine, so I was like, fuck that. I'm getting the vaccine because I want to see my peoples. I want to be able to go out, go to the store, and all that shit, and move. So I ain't really had no choice. You have a choice, but see, this is what these jobs do too. Yeah. They be like, okay, well, you're not getting the vaccine. Well, your hours going to get cut. You're only going to be this and this and this and that. So that's why motherfuckers like, yo, they saying it's not a choice, but they making you do this shit. Well, okay, right, well, you got to provide for your family. Technically, they're not. Especially the healthcare system, especially these other places where you're working around people. They make, you know what I mean? You like, yo, I might not want to, but what the fuck? I ain't got no choice. But here's my question to. It's just like the flu shot. Here's my question with this whole shit. My question is, how would I word this? How much of the population was already vaccinated in the United States?
When?
Now, I'm saying. What's the number now? Is it above 50%?
Last time I checked, it was like 40 something.
It was 47. No,
I think it might have went up more than that, but I mean, hold on.
Now again, now I don't like Joe Biden, right? I'm gonna shoot him some bail, but I don't like Joe Biden. I'm gonna shoot him some bail. The federal government can't do anything without the states doing it first.
Okay.
So the federal government has to step in, and they don't step in unless they do what they call insurrection. You know, they don't want to do that. Basically, Joe Biden says he can work things at the federal level. The states work things at the state level, and the local works at the local level. Yeah. So this is why, like, Governor Murphy can't shut down the beaches, because the beaches are ran by the local level government. You know what I'm saying? Branch of government.
They said 56% of Americans are fully vaccinated.
Okay, so 56% of Americans are fully vaccinated. It's half of the population. You know what they said before this whole thing happened?
So that's half.
They said they wanted to get to 67%.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we only have a little bit more to go.
That's it.
But again, we really don't know if that's true or not, because a lot of times they'll tell you that to drag stuff out, but that's going to conspiracy theory.
Okay, so this is my point as far as people like Kyrie Irving coming out, and I think recently Nicki Minaj had some shit about the vaccine.
I'll bring it to her too.
You know what I'm saying? These people have influence. So if you even try and get to that number, now you got these big people coming out saying they ain't doing it. So that might deter people that even if they was on the fence. Say if I was on the fence about it, right?
Yeah.
And you was like, man, you my mans and I take your advice, you know what I mean? And you like, man, I ain't doing that shit. I'll be like, if I'm on the fence, I'll probably be like, you know what? He ain't doing it. And that's my mans I hang around, so you know what? Fuck that. I ain't doing it. But if a person, a celebrity saying that,
but just what I'm saying, here's my thing, right?
How much is he influencing?
But look, Kyrie Irving is influencing people, but not as many people as the ones that are telling people to get it.
Man.
Facebook cut our feed. They said that we was talking about COVID too much.
Yovi, you got to see.
So they cut our feed. You know what I mean? We talking about.
You gotta talk about yoga, son. You can't say.
They just cut it. Like, nah, I'm watching you guys.
Niggas got Bovie.
You know what I'm saying? So we back. All right, so there's a couple of things that I want to say about this whole Kyrie Irving and why I think that I agree with you. He does have an influence, but I also believe that if you at 52% or 51%, like you said, you're not too far away from the goal that you wanted to reach. But the problem is the Biden administration said they was going to reach the goal back in July, and here it is, we're in October, and it's not the Biden administration's fault. I'm not going to sit here and say that. It's not their fault. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that people have been misled too many times, too many years, and this is the reason why this is the results that they're getting.
I think that, first of all, as far as, especially our community, as far as the black community, we have a mistrust when it comes to, and I had multiple conversations with people about this, about us having a mistrust with the government and vaccines and
which
they feeling like
talking about?
They you know, when they'll go back to the Tuskegee era, you know, they'll go back to, you know, just the government fucking using us as guinea pigs anyway. And, you know, I even had a person who was like, fight me on the fact that, you know, it's like, oh, isn't it ironic that the first person to get the vaccine was a black woman? And, you know, it was all, I mean, I don't think it goes that far, especially with the government now, how things are. You know, things are so much
who told you
that?
You know?
No, I just, you know, yeah, I know that for a fact, the first person.
No, it was a nurse.
Yeah, so, but the whole thing about it is, I think overall, not just black people, not just overall, I think there's a mistrust of the government. But this is, to me, they got the top scientists, they got the top doctors, that came up with this stuff. So I don't understand where the mistrust is coming from. You know what I mean? As far as the vaccinations, when again we've been taking this shit we've been taking vaccines and shots and all that shit forever. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go there and say you don't know what's in a vaccine and if they got ingredients, then all right, then you don't take no medicine, don't take no fucking prescriptions, all that shit, because a lot of the shit you don't know what you taking in fucking these medicines now either. So
Here's the thing, right? Here's what people got to understand about when it comes to the CDC, the FDA, and WHO, right?
Right.
Well, basically, when it comes to the FDA, so this is the FDA, then here's the CDC. The CDC can't move without the FDA.
Right.
The World Health Organization, that's something totally different.
CDC is the one that do the drugs and shit, right?
They create, right?
Yeah.
But the FDA approves.
Okay.
So without the FDA approval, what's the name? So now here's the thing, right? The FDA is very intelligent and they're very smart.
Yeah.
The FDA also knows that businesses have to thrive.
Right.
Right? Because if that's the case, the FDA wouldn't approve anything with lead in it. But these companies are smart. See, the FDA has guidelines, right?
Yeah.
And these companies, they meet the guideline. They go right to the edge to meet the guideline. It's like, okay, you can't have this in there. So what they'll do is they'll create something else that's the same as that, but with a different name or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the FDA says, well, you can't put lead in food. So they'll say, okay, we can't put lead in food, but this type of material is made out of lead, so what we can do is we can extract that out of it and create something else and put it in it. Okay, that works. So people got to understand the FDA doesn't know, they don't know everything that these companies create, because these companies are very intelligent when it comes to creating shit to put in your body.
Can you look up the ingredients of the vaccine?
I don't think so. But here's the thing, look.
I'm about to look that shit up.
Right? Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the CDC, now the CDC, they created the vaccination, right? From what I'm reading, they've been created it. But see, the thing is, people got to understand, the FDA is not going to approve something without trials. Now, the reason why it came out so fast is because they cut a lot of the red tape out. Basically, what I'm saying is, a lot of the stuff that usually they would do to take over time, they put it into fast gear and said, we don't need this paperwork to be signed and this paperwork to be signed. Just make one paper instead of 30,000 papers. We'll just consolidate into one paper. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all these different things. Because basically what it is, and they cut a lot of these companies out that would probably infiltrate and get money. So they said, no, you can't be involved, you can't be involved, you can't be involved, right? This is what the CDC did, right? Once the CDC completed the vaccine, they have to send it to the FDA. Now, during the pandemic, there's what they call the Nationwide Pandemic Act, right? Which means, Emergency Act, I'm sorry. Basically what it is now, you don't need the CDC to administrate these things. But the CDC has just approved Pfizer, anything over, I think, over 13 or 16 or something like that, to get the listening. So this is why these companies are doing that now. Right. The NBA can do that now.
So, okay, so if you was an owner of the NBA, right?
Yeah. Well,
what would
commissioner.
Commissioner. What would be your role on
the reason why it's so hard is because there's different owners of these different teams.
I know, but you're the commissioner, though.
You can't do anything.
But you can send the mass.
Yeah.
They're going to ride with you. So.
Not necessarily.
They're going to ride with you.
No.
Bro, it's too much money. All right, but anyway, what would you, even if they did or whatever, what would you say, like, is your recommendation? Everybody get it?
Me? I would say you either get the test or get tested every week.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because during last year when the NBA was playing, the COVID vaccine was available. Right? Yeah. It was available when at the end of last year when they was playing in the bubble or whatever. I think it was playing in the bubble, right? In Florida.
No, that was the year before.
That was the year before. Okay, so but basically they were playing when the vaccine was before it was mandated.
Right.
they were playing.
Right.
And they were getting tested. Then you continue to get tested.
Right.
You'll continue to get tested.
You still got to get tested even with the vaccine.
And this is the reason why most people don't want to take it. Because even though I just explained to you how it is, people don't think in them terms. People don't think, well, people think like, what's the point of me getting it if I can still give it out and I can still catch it? That's how people think.
That's what Kyrie's probably thinking. He's probably thinking, if you're testing me anyway, why do I have to get the fucking shot?
Yeah. That's what, and that is what they can't get around. And this is the personal thing that I say, that it should be a personal thing. Yeah. I don't think that, for me, I like being out and about. Yeah.
A lot of it is not because I wanted to per se.
Yeah.
But when they're saying you can't go to concerts without showing a vaccination card, I know in New York you can't. I know a lot of the New York shit, you gotta show it's to the point where you gotta go in restaurants and show your shit.
That's bullshit, but I'm gonna tell you why that is.
No, alright. New Jersey, we ain't get to that point. We ain't.
New Jersey not gonna get to that point.
I don't think we ever gonna get to that point.
Because we are, I think New Jersey is like almost 70% vaccinated.
What about
Philadelphia?
Pennsylvania too?
It's different. I think sometimes I think Philly and Pennsylvania is two different states because they do two different things.
They do. You know
what I'm saying? Now I'm
gonna say
this about New York. You go look up all of the don't come in here without a vaccination card. Look up how many businesses are suffering because of that in New York.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that to be
crazy.
I believe that to be true.
Here's my thing, right? Whether Walmart been open, people been going in there, unvaccinated, vaccinated.
Right.
It depends on what area you at, because guess what? It's now become more vaccinated people are getting more sick.
Word is born.
So what are you supposed to do?
I don't look, man. I'm
not saying overall.
I don't
know,
but
a good percentage of vaccinated people.
Listen, bro.
They haven't even breakthrough cases.
When I took that vaccine, that shit had me fucked up. The first shot, I took the Moderna shit. So the first shot, that shit had me fucked up. The second one, I was alright. I was like, damn, son. But yo, it seemed like I was getting little coughs and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like weeks after that shit.
Hypochondriac.
Bro, that shit kind of weird, man. That's all I'm fucking with the government, son. Illuminati got your mind, soul, and your body. They on some Illuminati shit. They putting shit inside you, breaking down your motherfucking DNA. That's what they probably doing. They putting chips inside our body.
For what?
You know what I'm saying? This is the last days, son. They trying to get rid of us, cuz. They've been trying to kill us, bro.
They've been trying to kill us, bro. Listen, now I'm back on my shit, right? Check this out. You niggas believe that if you want.
Word up, bro. They trying to get rid of us, cuz.
I love America.
America. You see,
I love America, right? And I'm explaining to you why.
Fuck yeah.
You niggas need to understand.
Why gotta be you niggas?
Because it's always, listen. Let's be honest. You gonna have a real conversation? You gonna have a real conversation? Who's the ones that's not getting vaccinated?
Niggas.
All right, niggas. So let's have a real conversation.
Because we don't trust this shit,
right?
Son.
Okay.
We don't trust this shit.
Son. And who's dying the most?
Huh?
Who's dying the most?
I don't know.
Niggas.
Is we?
Yeah, nigga. I don't mean to laugh. What I'm saying. Niggas dying the most.
I don't mean to laugh.
Niggas dying the most. And they the most
unvaccinated. Sure,
bro, remember when niggas was saying, niggas was saying, man, ain't no niggas got the vaccine. We ain't getting no virus. Ain't no niggas getting the virus. Remember that? Remember that shit?
Word up.
Y'all remember when black people were saying we can't catch the virus. Now look, because they figured out how to give it to y'all too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they was like, oh, y'all niggas ain't getting it. And then they sent some motherfuckers to invade
the most unhealthy people in the inner cities are black people.
Okay, because we
got
underlying issues.
The most black people.
We have a lot of
underlying issues.
High blood pressure.
We can start with
diabetes.
Food, right? Look,
all that shit.
Yeah. We can start with food, right? Because that starts with food. Everything you're saying starts with what you consume. So I'm not saying, because there are some neighborhoods where people only eat what's in their neighborhood, and a lot of times they get meat ends and shit like that. It ain't good for you. All that.
Oh no. Let's.
No, listen. I'm saying
you got
when
the
you buy
Chinese food,
bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
It's a convenient. It's convenient, right? So they know people got y'all got to pay attention to shit because this is very true. They know exactly how to keep your ass in the hood because everything is good in the hood. The liquor, the food, the cigarettes, the weed, the bitches, the money. Everything's good in the hood.
Everything's good.
It's true. But everything is not good in the hood. Because all that shit I just mentioned, outside of bitches.
No,
but all that shit
that shit can kill you too.
But all that shit I just meant, the three major things: drugs, the food that you consume, because the food is bullshit. They feeding you all this fried chicken, and fried chicken is good, but not in vegetable oil and all that shit that's no good for you. When you eating that all day, every day, you develop diabetes, high blood pressure, you niggas have heart attacks, all types of shit. So it starts with the food that we're eating.
Listen.
Right?
Let's give our people more credit than you.
Look, bro, I'm not
more hit.
Listen,
than we got. You know
I'm not down on my people. What I'm saying is this is the trap that they got us in, and it keeps you in.
Maybe before, but now we got the internet. You know how you get.
But most people don't use
you
that.
You can go to motherfucking Whole Foods and get some good food.
Who's going to Whole Foods from Camden? There's no Whole Foods next to Camden.
Bro, there's a lot of fucking.
You gonna catch an Uber there?
Cousins and all that. Other shit,
cousins.
And other shit you can buy and cook your food naturally, and you know what I mean.
But I'm saying this. What I'm saying.
So don't think like because you in the city you can't eat healthy.
But bro, I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying you can't eat healthy, but you're missing my point.
The main point is this: it's because of our money situation where we tend to eat what we can afford, and when you got the cheap Chinese shit and you get a whole platter of shit for $5. What the fuck you want to do? You want? But
that's what I'm saying to you.
That's the thing.
People gotta understand. It's one thing you gotta understand about the reason why America is so unhealthy is because people read the nutrition bar thing that they got, but they don't read the ingredients. That's the most important part. Forget what's up at the top, because they're gonna tell you what the best version of it.
Right.
But it's what's in it. Because guess what? You could get something that tells you that has zero sugar, zero this, zero that, zero that. But it's made with sugar.
Right.
So that's how they trick you. So this is what I'm saying. People in the hood, we don't eat, most people don't eat we eat terribly, and we eat an abundance of it. McDonald's. There's a McDonald's like a drugstore in the corner. And that's another thing. They keep drugs in the hood. Not just, I'm talking about pharmaceutical drugs. So guess what? You don't have to go far if your back hurt. Because you could just go right across the street and get a prescription from the doctor, and now you got some drugs that you can take that's legal. This is how they keep you in this bubble. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. This is the reason why.
It's not just going in the hood. This is going on everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But in the hood, what we talking about? We talking about most people dying from COVID is black people. The most people.
Is that's true?
Yes, that is true.
Somebody.
You don't have to look it up. It's true.
Oh, no, I don't have to look it up. Like I'm gonna just believe anything you fucking say.
Fact check you Facebook?
Yeah, nigga. What you talking about, bro?
Fact checking me, boy.
but
I'm being serious.
I think a lot of our people have.
It might not be as much, but it might be on the same
level.
But the reason why that is because the most people that don't want to get vaccinated is who?
Not the most. It's either us or country ass white folks.
Country ass white folks don't live around each other. That's why you don't really hear about country ass white folks dying of COVID. They live far away from each other.
They live far.
They do.
I feel you. I mean, this is my thing, yo.
Country ass white folks. How you gonna separate? How you gonna the anti-vaxxers just like black
That's
people?
A fact.
So they're your brothers.
Huh? They niggas too.
Yeah.
Cause it's white niggas. Yeah. Hey yo, what's the other shit we wanted to talk about?
Oh, we can talk about that next.
You want to do the other shit?
Hey man, we be back.